Welcome back to the Cobra Trading channel. Today, if you're wondering what the pro traders do to get consistent, to stay consistent, and to grow continuously, don't worry, because we're gonna dive into that today. And you're gonna be able to take something home that you didn't have before this video, and you're gonna be able to use it every single day. This idea is not something that I made up, that we just came up with overnight. This is an idea from a phenomenal trader in the trading industry named Lance Breitstein. He has traded successfully over the years and made top trader at a top trading firm. And not only that, but he also trains multiple traders, and he uses this idea to help them grow and become great traders. And what we're talking about here is something he talked about recently on one of his videos called the report card. And what he does is he makes sure that every single day he grades himself on this report card that we'll provide you with a link below. On this report card, you're gonna be able to grade yourself an A, B, C, or D based off of your process and what you're trying to focus on for the day and what you're trying to improve on. Now, this is something that we're very excited to talk about because, as you know, if you focus on profits and you focus on the wrong thing, you could end up judging yourself too harshly even though you did very well. And we don't want you to do that. We want you to be happy doing what you're doing every single day because we can't judge ourselves on results because we have no control. We gotta judge ourselves on our process. And this daily report card helps you do that. Now, the way it's structured is the first couple of questions is goals. What is your goal? Now, Lance Breitstein mentions that it's probably really important to focus on one goal rather than multiple. Because if you focus on one goal for the day, then you can really hone in and make sure that you accomplish it. But when you're focused on multiple goals, even though you may need to work on multiple things, it's better to focus on one, accomplish it. Then the next day or the next week, maybe it takes you some time, focus on another goal. So that way you can steadily grow. If you're in a hurry, you may try to focus on 3 to 5 goals. And you're probably gonna be focused on 3 to 5 goals for the next 3 to 5 years. I have actually fell into a trap in the past where I'm trying to do so many things at once, and I'm sure you can relate, and you can't accomplish any of them to the level that you want to. Now, Lance goes into very detail. If you're curious about this, he made a video partnered with SMB Capital on their YouTube channel where you can watch that as well. But I want to give you guys a quick idea of what it is so that way you're aware of it, because maybe you didn't see it there. And if you want to see the details, go watch it there. But our hope is to give you value so that way you can get the lesson no matter where you find it. So after you pick your first goal, right, you want to focus on one. The next thing is you want to give yourself reminders of what you want to work on from the prior day. Maybe mistakes, right? It's not your main goal, right? Maybe your main goal is I only want to trade my 1A setup. And we're gonna call that an ascending triangle setup. That's all we're gonna say for now, just for the sakes of this video. If you're focused on the ascending triangle, your reminders might be wait for it to give you an entry signal before you enter that play. Size in appropriately with a proper risk area at a key level. Everyone's different. You might want to use VWAP, you might want to use support, resistance. There's many options there, but you get the idea. You want to give yourself a reminder below the goals that's going to help you achieve the goals, right? That's something that's very important. Now, there's also a section where you're going to be actually grading yourself throughout the day in blocks of time. Now, this hit me really, really nicely. And the reason it did that is because it constantly makes you evaluate yourself throughout the day. So that way, if you start off the morning rocky, right? The first hour of the day, maybe you did everything crappy. You didn't even do anything that you said you were gonna do. You broke your rules, and I ask you, how would you grade yourself? You give yourself a C, maybe a D. But then the next hour, you can make all A's. And then the next hour, you can make all A's and then B's, right? So I think it's a really great idea to constantly give yourself a grade throughout the session. Because what you don't want to do is just grade yourself once, right? Because you can improve over time. And if you just grade yourself once in the first hour and be like, oh, I'm doing crappy, I have an F, then you could get in your mind that you're trading poorly and therefore fulfill what you're thinking, right? If you start thinking about, I'm doing bad, oh my gosh, like I've already graded myself an F, then you may fulfill that and just continue to do that throughout the day. Whereas this is gonna show you, well, that's just the first hour of the day. I have another 4 or 5 hours to continue to improve on. And you can make slight improvements. And you can adjust what you want to grade yourself on. For example, there's questions like, how do you feel right now before the open? How do you feel about revenge trading? Did you do well? Did you trade a A+ setup? Did you use a proper stop? Now, these questions might not be for you. You can customize it however you want. Whatever you want to work on, whatever your weakness is, you can customize it to you. So you can grade yourself every session that fits your trading style. This is what I love about it. Now, after you do that, there's another section. And the question it will ask you is, what did you learn today? Or what did you improve on today? And I think that's very important because too many of us, and I am included in this, we like to focus in on the negative, what we did bad, right? And instead of thinking about what we did bad, maybe think about what we learned today or what we actually did great today. Because then you write that down. When you write something down, there's something about writing something down. If you're typing it, that's fine too. But when you actually have to put it onto paper and see what you're thinking, it can really help you cement ideas and learn better and see what you need to do for the next session. Because the next day, remember at the very top, after the goal, is reminders. So you can use what you did well, what you learned on, and use it as a reminder to continue that or to improve on that. You following me here? Now, my favorite part is this next part, and that's because it really hit me like a ton of bricks when I place all these trades. The next question is, what was the easiest trade of the day? And that question forces you to find the easiest trade that maybe you did take or maybe you didn't. And easiest is relative, right? Everyone's easiest is different. But maybe we're talking here the easiest 3-to-1 risk reward trade that was not as stressful as the other trades that you took because they weren't the best. When it forces you to take pictures of those trades, put them into that section and write, this was the easiest trade of the day. It makes you think, did I trade this trade? And why didn't I trade it? And if I did trade it, why did I trade these other trades that didn't work out so well because I really ate away at this trade's profit? It really hits you in the face and lets you see, if I only focus on this, I can actually do a lot better. If you only ask yourself that one question, I believe that you could see some improvement over time because you're going to be hitting yourself in the face saying, well, this is the easiest trade. What am I doing trading these other hard ones? That's what I saw right away once I started implementing myself, asking myself this question every single day. And then of course, the standard next part is to journal your trades. Take pictures of them, write what your idea was, and your simple journaling that we all must do as traders, even on bad days when we don't want to do it. If you're enjoying this type of content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.